be happy with the abstracts if you get. If you go to abstract, you will see that you get the original article. Abstract may not give you the entire information you want. This is all the cascade method. So keyword and then go on selecting. And how to get the keyword or that use proper keyword, no mesh and all that Sridhara is going to tell you. Okay. I'll just give you examples now and show you. You need to comment on that. Just tell me which is the reference you feel you're the best, or so I've just scanned from some of the dissertations. Your comments of this review. You're happy the way this review is written. Third girl from this. Very good. What is to be done or what should not be done? What we learned by this review? Ajwani, KD et al. In an 8-year retrospective study of female genital tract tuberculosis examined total of 8,875 cervical specimens, out of which 1.55%, that is 138, showed cervical tuberculosis. Somebody comment on this. You want to write the review like this, or you happy, or you want to modify this. I told you don't copy verbatim, whatever. And please do not include this data in your review. We are not bothered whether this person studied 1,000 specimens, 2,000 specimens, and how many of them showed. How can you put this in a better way? Don't use, all those data, statistics of other person. The review should avoid this. In contrast, another study done in central India evaluated 501 cases of female genital tract tuberculosis. Incidence of cervical tuberculosis was as high as 81.5%. But the study did reveal a reduced incidence in the later part of 17-year period due to better healthcare programs initiated. This is what I told you. Authors will pose problem, they give a solution also. Why so much of difference in the incidence of tuberculosis in these two studies? The author himself has said, probably initiation of this ATT, treatment by the government. So don't use all these statistics what the other author has given. You may say the incidence is very, very low in one study as compared to another study. So probably the reason is for initiating ATT. Next. Okay. Somebody else who can take this and talk about this review written. How can we make this better? Yusumati, Koichi A and Yusoro Y in 1993. Required? You want to write all the author's name? Not required. Because there are 3 authors, probably he has put all the 3 authors. And here also, you may write the gist of that article because you are superscripting, you are quoting that. Anybody who wants to know which year, they can go back and look at the bibliography. Like what else could be avoided in this? Blood vessels were seen in 57 out of 101 complete prolapse rate, 12 out of 32 incomplete prolapse, 53 out of 46. Is this your dissertation or only our dissertation results? We need to put all this. Review don't write all these data of somebody else, some other authors. Avoid as much as possible, avoid all these data. Next. We reviewed 94 cases of ciliated hepatic forguses. In almost all the citations that reported the site of the cyst appeared within or close to segment 4. Is it better? This is a review article author has written. But he has told how many cases he has reviewed. But again, he didn't say out of 94 cases, he didn't say 81 cases showed this presence here or that, or 7 did not show, or 7 showed it. All that. See, data he is avoided. And just put what he has gathered, that information from the article. Next. Other intra-abdominal solid organ locations in the foregut included 6 cases associated with gallbladder, 15 within the rectoperitoneum and pancreas. Was this required? So this is a study of foregut cysts. So here you cannot say this number is unnecessary. Well, this is a review article where he is exactly giving the number of foregut cysts which were present. Not much of the data, but this is probably allowed. So majority of pancreatic foregut cysts were diagnosed as mucinous cystic in the preoperative workup. So you should know when you use this term majority, all that. When you start using these words in discussion. So he is not given how many, but he knows the number. So majority were this particular type, mucinous cystic. Next. What about this? Can anybody read it and comment? So passing the mic competition now. Just goes on. You don't know where it gets stuck. Then just comment it. It is not like we're pointing out this is wrong or anything. We are learning. That's all. You're happy with this? Okay, agreed. If you say you're happy. What can we avoid? Why you always, a study carried out between 1981 to 81. If it is your study, we require. Methodology, you have to write. Study carried out in JJMMC between July 2010 to July 2011, 2012. We expect you to write. But somebody else has studied what he has done, where he did. Probably the college is not here, not written. All these are unnecessary. Information. So what that article gives, take only that and then write it in your review. A lot of unnecessary. See, writing the case number, again putting the percentage. Okay, if you do that, because most speeches are not satisfied if we just ask them to write only the percentage. So for your part 2, probably you're writing the number of cases as well in the bracket you write the percentage also. But why all that in literature review about somebody else's? So avoid all this. No? Data of some other article. If it's very relevant, use it. But see all these numbers, and many times you should see how you keep calculating. They would not have given. They would have said so many cases and then 64%. Many of our pages sit and calculate. Oh, 1,000 cases, 1,100 cases they studied. 64 is how much. They again take the numbers and all. If it is useful for your discussion, you take it. For discussion purpose. For formulating the tables and all that. But not for you're writing the review. I think these are next. Few examples I just scanned and I just took it from my department. So otherwise it should not become an insult to somebody else, some other department. They should not say, I have taken without their permission and put it in front of you. This is all from my own department, just to give you a learning experience. Let us not. That's why we go through the research. That's why we say history is important. Let us not come into mistakes which are committed by the past, the writers or the workers. So this is about literature review. So hope all of you will write a nice review, and it is possible. And it is just how you play with the words and how nicely you present what you have analyzed and understood by reading that particular journal. So anything you do it with interest. I told you this is like a passport for you to appear for exam, but doesn't matter. Do you think we all easily get a passport? So much of scrutiny and all that. We can't just give some address and all. So take a lot of interest. So let your dissertation be really your nice work, not just because you have to do it and copy and all that. It used to happen, it has happened. When somebody has studied 90 cases, they've totally copied in the same way, probably the same statistics also with the same name also has gone to the guide for signature. They have not even changed the name of the person who is totally copying it. So it has come down greatly. To a very large extent, after RGUHS has provided all these guidelines. Very happy that Dr. Umakant has been conducting this sensitization program for all of you. You are really lucky. As Professor said, we never used to have such training programs, so we learn. And as we proceed, so each one of you will learn by your experience on that. And we used to conduct this course for 4 days. In a very detailed way. It used to be a very nice workshop. We were really enjoying that, but now it's become a classroom teaching, so we cannot interact. So at the end of, say, 4th day, all clinical PGs and paraclinical, preclinical used to be so friendly. They used to say there used to be never a fight amongst OBG and pediatric PG and all that in the labor room. So such friendly attitude and atmosphere he used to create. Hope he goes back to conducting this as a workshop. I told you, if you all sit quiet, you don't get anything. Start demanding. So unless the baby cries, you say, mother won't feed the baby. So ask for everything straight away. Walk to medical education unit. So he is there in community medicine department. So whatever you feel like, you ask. He has the capacity. If you show interest, we conduct all this. Doctor training programs for the PGs. Please make best use of it, and Chasti will never say no for anything. So he is the one who always wants the medical education unit to be very, very active. So when so many people are there, resource persons with so much of knowledge, detailed statistics classes used to be conducted. Great, you won't get this. You learn about this or enjoy and say this was very really worth only after you start practicing. When you are into the research, then you realize the importance of it. Now you may say, what is this 2 days they have put us here and we have to be here. You may not come back in the afternoon also. That's really pity. Many of you just go back or you ask your friends to sign in. As doctors, you need to be honest. There are people to give you something, you have to come here and take it. That's one thing. That's the attitude we have seen of many students just escaping. It doesn't suit you all because you're all doctors. You're not undergraduates. You have come over that. You are into a responsible position now. You have to come back and whatever you want. I tell you, PGs used to be in queue in medical education, to get clarifications for all their dissertations. So you have to start to create that atmosphere. So he will never get angry. I've never seen Umakant, so getting angry at all. So go really trouble him, I'm telling you. So whatever any other thing you want from medical education, he is there with his team to help you. Dr. Manjunath is there, Dr. Nagarajachari, Dr. Sangam is also in their department only. A very useful group which will help you. Doesn't matter even if you do not belong to community medicine, it doesn't discriminate at all. So whether you are from medicine or pediatrics or OBG, whatever, see that they help you. Ultimately, this pages. You should do this, go through this exercise without much stress and strain. And they should learn this, and writing a dissertation should be enjoyable. So I thank you all for listening to this. What tips I told you about literature, review of literature. Hope you all write the literature in a very nice way. Because nowadays, all the teachers say the teachers who are coming into each department are very interested, enthusiastic, they're committed and all that. So definitely we expect a better response from all of you compared to your seniors. But I tell you, pathology teachers go on like Chasti, asking to come back to the department to teach you all, and then all other pages go to Umakant for any help regarding your dissertation. When you choose a title also, go there to find out whether the title is apt, whether you can proceed with that. So your synopsis comes back without any remarks. So that should be, everybody should say JJMMC. None of the synopses have gone with lot of remarks, changing the topic and all that. So you should maintain that. So take always the help of medical education unit. And again, congratulate to Makan for continuously doing this type of workshop. It's very difficult to call this as a workshop. So let him start with the workshop where you have only 30 pages. Very good interaction. No inhibitions. You all participate, you all clarify and all that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am, for providing us extensive information on review of literature. So we now discuss